Hello, welcome everybody. So happy to see so many smiling faces on this gorgeous sunny morning. Want to make sure that we take a moment to thank our April sponsors, Schoolie Mitchell, and of course, as always, our annual sponsors, MG&E, Marco Technologies, Premier Retirement Partners, and Hilton Garden Inn. Wave, raise your hand, do a high five emoji if you're on right now from one of those organizations. We appreciate everything that you do for the community and for the chamber. All right, I mean, we have Zoom experts. We've already established that, but just in case you need a reminder, please make sure that you're on mute unless you're speaking. We love to have your camera on so we can see and kind of feel that energy, even though we're behind a computer screen. Kristen will be sending an email out on Friday with contact information for everybody who registered for this event. It's our way of doing kind of a virtual business card pass. So if you don't want your contact information included, please make sure you let Kristen know before noon on Friday. And you know, when we're in person, we always had the community events and chamber events on the tables. They're all on our website at middletonchamber.com. So make sure you're checking those out and looking at the newsletter each week. We do continue to update our resource page. We have several different categories of resources now. So make sure you check that out. It's very easy to navigate to our resource page from our homepage. All of our events are recorded and thrown up on our YouTube channel. And we do have closed captions running right now. It was something that was requested from a couple of our members. And so we wanted to make sure that we provided them with that resource. You can turn that off on your bottom toolbar. It says CC Live Script. If you don't want to see that, you can just click that button. It will disappear. And then we did conduct our membership survey in January, and those results are on our website on our resource page. Again, just middletonchamber.com, right from the homepage. You can hop out there, check out those results, and there'll be more information about that in our upcoming newsletter. All right, so now it's time to turn it over to the great Lisa Quam for some membership updates.
Morning, everyone. Have a lot to get through this morning. So first, just wanted to remind you that if you don't already follow us on social media, we do post quite a bit, particularly on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So check us out if you haven't already. And then if you take a look at this membership milestone screen here, we do have 13 members who've been with us for 5 or more years. So it's just incredible to see the number of members on this list today. And then moving on to our new member welcomes. So I'm going to start here with Susanna from Black, Red, White at Room to Be In. So maybe you're tired of your furniture after spending so much time at home. Susanna and Black, Red, White at Room to Be In can help. They offer such a wide variety of modern and classic furniture as well as home decor. Check out their website because Susanna also designs some beautiful kitchens. So welcome to Susanna. Next up is James from Calls on Call Extraordinary Answering Service. They're a growing company that offers extraordinary tailored reception services for small businesses. So welcome, James. Next up is Taylor. He's the marketing director at Cardinal View Senior Living, which is in the process of being built over on Tribeca Drive. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I only have to wait 6 more years before I can move in and enjoy their 2 bars. Welcome, Taylor. Next up is Kevin from City Barbecue. They're a new barbecue restaurant located on Sligo Road near West Town Mall. And they exist to serve their customers and create happiness. And isn't that what barbecue is all about? All right, moving on. Lee Campa from Guaranteed Rate. Lee believes in creating relationships and educating his clients to ensure they receive the best mortgage for their needs. Welcome, Lee. Next is Julie Gullickson from the Kindness Bank. So the Kindness Bank is invested in improving community health and well-being based on acts of kindness. What an awesome organization and idea. Welcome, Julie. And then we have Kim from Lasting Skin Solutions, and they take pride in helping their clients look their best at any age. And don't we all want that? Welcome to Kim. Next up is the mother-daughter duo from Mainstream Boutique, Teresa and Ashley. They're located over in Portofino Place, and Mainstream Boutique offers fashion-forward pieces for women of all ages. And spring is coming, so stop in and update your wardrobe. Next is Judy from QB's Magnetic Creations. And I sure feel like we have a theme going today. Lots of business that help you look and feel better. Judy aspires to help you shine every day by bringing you bold, inspiring, and unique magnetic jewelry. So welcome to Judy. And then next is Chantel from Stardust Creative. And they are a social media marketing agency providing key insights to target your market. And they also help design social media strategies to connect with your target market, bringing big results. So welcome to Chantel. And then next is our awesome ambassadors of the month for March. So we have Ryan Paulsrud from Alpha Graphics Middleton and Abigail Darwin for Office Teams. So big round of applause for all that they did in the month of March to reach out to our new and existing chamber members. And then my last slide today is just to remind you about our chamber microgroups. We do have a number that are meeting right now. So if you want more information or if you're interested in starting your own group, you can just give me a call or send an email. So now I'm going to turn it over to Kristen.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to have you guys here. I wanted to showcase our April events that we have coming up. So next week, Thursday, we are doing a session on EDDM and informed delivery because some people don't know that the United States Post Office actually has marketing opportunities. So we're going to kind of run through those and show you how you can utilize them for your business. Our very popular networking blitz is later this month, where it's a one-on-one video networking where you get to make 7 connections with people during that 1 hour networking. We also have an economic development this month, which is going to be on the climate action plan that Dane County has implemented. And Joe Parisi and some people from his team are running that event for us. And we round out the month with Business Boost and, talking about this remote work and how do you engage your employees and keeping things, lively and just, wanting them to make sure that they're having a good experience working remotely. So QTI is going to be presenting on that topic. The other couple events that I wanted to tell you about is, so Kate mentioned, and you guys know that we did a membership survey back in January. We've compiled and put all those results out on the resource page for you guys to view. And we really took a look at some of the things that our members were wanting and needing more of. So this is a series of events that have come out of that membership survey. So we are starting with April 13th. We have, there's an online program called Canva. So if you're like me and not a graphic designer, but sometimes need to make social media posts, this is a really great free tool. So we're going to be running you through actually how to use Canva and giving you some free templates that you guys can use for your business. Then on Thursday, the 22nd, we have actually Dane County Public Health and the HR specialist from Koloff CPA joining us to talk about, when do employees want to go back to work and when do employers want to bring everybody back in? And what does public health say about that? What does it look like? Public health also has these really great 7 steps to make sure that your business is ready, as well as kind of a checklist and analytical tool like to go through to test to make sure that you're ready to bring them back. So we're going to talk about all that on the 22nd. And we round out the month then with the 29th, where we're going to work with DeWitt, the law firm DeWitt, where they're going to talk about the legal side of, what can employers ask their employees? Can they require vaccination? What legal cases are they seeing that could potentially, or, things to steer away from? So everything that employers and employees want to know from a legal standpoint is what we're going to cover there. So a really robust month of April events. All of those are ready and for registration on the website. So I just encourage you guys to take a look at those. Okay, so we're going to shake it up, kind of have some fun again. We tried this back in February, but I changed a couple things. We're going to play a game. And it's the last one standing or the last one with their camera on, in this case, is going to win. So I want to stop sharing my screen for a second so we can see everybody's camera. So if you want to play, we're going to need your cameras on. And so the last one with their camera on is going to actually win a $10 chamber gift certificate. So the way this is going to work is if I'm going to read a statement, and if it's true or something you have done, then you have to shut your camera off. And if it's false or something you haven't done, then you keep your camera on. Okay. So again, if you want to play, turn those cameras on, and we're going to roll, and we're going to kind of do it super fast and maybe learn some fun things about all of you guys on this call today. Okay. So have you ever got stopped by airport security and missed your flight? So if that's true, shut your camera off. Eaten food that you found on the floor like several days later after it was on the floor. No? Okay, all right. Ridden in a limo by yourself? Ooh, we got a couple there. Ate an entire pizza by yourself. No judging. Yeah. Ooh, that one got a few too. Bought your pet a present when it was not a holiday. Oh, there we go. Quite a few too. Did you ever hide out on Halloween because you didn't have any candy for trick-or-treaters, or you didn't feel like giving out candy? Gotten a tattoo that you now regret. Okay. Been to a destination wedding outside the US. All right, so I got some standing. Drove a stick shift on a real road, like a paved road, not a parking lot or dirt road. Okay. Been to a professional sporting event. Oh. Oh no, do we have, now I lost everybody. That didn't work, you guys. Okay, that last group that just shut their camera off, come back. I think there was only like 3 of you.
That's funny.
Okay, so we got Gail, and is it Nicole, right? Is it from Bravebird?
Noelle.
Noelle. I knew it was an N, I'm so sorry. Okay, I think we are gonna stick with you two as our winners. Yay! Okay, so hopefully that was a little fun and just something different to kind of shake up.
Rick was still there too.
So I now need to go back to doing what I was doing before, which can be tricky. Okay, Kate, back to you.
All right, thank you. Welcome to all of our new members. We're very, very excited to have you as part of our group and chamber. Make sure that if you have any questions, you reach out to one of the ambassadors, Kristen, Lisa, or myself. And for everyone, make sure that you check out these events. A lot of the events that Kristen mentioned were a result of what you asked for. So make sure you go out to our website and get registered for those. Now we're going to turn it over to our monthly sponsors, Schoolie Mitchell and Alan Casper. As a management consultant with more than 25 years of experience, Alan has a passion for helping clients solve problems and uncover opportunities for growth, both in efficiency and profitability, which is exactly the premise behind Schoolie Mitchell. Welcome, Alan. I'll let you tell the group a little bit more about you and what you do.
Thank you, Kate, and good morning to everyone. I am Alan Casper, and I'm your local Schoolie Mitchell consultant. Today, I will share how we help organizations save 25 to 30% on vital business services with no risk or upfront fees. Next slide, please. I'm going to start with a few questions. What would you do if I gave you $2,000 and would you give me $1,000 back in 2 hours of your organization's time? Most people would say yes to that. What would you say if I gave you that $2,000 every month for 3 years? Once again, I get a very positive yes on that. On average, organizations spend 35% more than they need to on business services. And we help organizations spend what they should on vital business services that are hard to manage and complex. Next slide, please. So here's a little about Schooley Mitchell. We've been helping clients save money for 41 years with a very unique business model that requires no fees up front. Our fees are funded from the savings that we deliver. So we have over 25,000 clients, and I am one of 325 professional consultants for Schooley Mitchell in North America. Now, along the way, in 41 years, we've developed proprietary software tools, databases, and expertise. So I'm supported by a team of analysts that have the industry's best tools at their disposal. And we bring all of this to our clients with no risk or upfront fees or obligation. And really, the bottom line is on the bottom of the slide. We don't get paid for our efforts, we get paid for results. Next slide, please. We focus at Schooley Mitchell on cost categories that are necessary, but they're complex. They can be expensive. The billing is kind of nasty, and they're generally not actively managed by organizations. The categories are listed on the left of the slide. We started with telecommunications, and of course, that's a big category that includes everything from voice and data and mobile to even things like GPS tracking for commercial vehicles. We also consult in waste, including medical waste and hazardous waste disposal. Any sort of small package shipping, 150 pounds or less, normally UPS, FedEx, USPS. We help with credit and debit card processing, which is a big area for many of our clients. E-signature is a new area that has come about recently. Utilities, including water, gas, and electricity. And then fuel for fleets, even things that are non-gasoline. So if you've got a new vehicle powered by natural gas, we can help in all of those areas. In the white box are some ways that we find savings. The bottom line is, with 25,000 clients, we know the markets and we get the pricing that is not generally available to our clients. We do that through knowing the markets extensively and all the vendor providers that are out there. In the lower box, light blue box, you can see that our relationships do start with money. You know, cost savings and the $2,000, and I'll give you $1,000. That is how we get started with our clients. But ultimately, we grow long-term relationships because we become essentially the back office for these categories when we engage. And so our clients get time, security, and knowledge, knowing that we have their back and that they won't have to worry about billing errors or poring over these invoices in detail. Next slide, please. This one's important to know what we don't do. We don't represent any vendor or accept any sort of commissions or kickback payments from vendors. And ultimately, you are the boss. We work for our clients as an independent consultant, and we only move forward when you say, give us the go ahead. Next slide, please. So here are some real results for you to consider. You know, you can look and see there's a wide range of dollar amounts that we save our clients, but I also want you to see the variety of organizations. You know, everyone can benefit, including non-for-profits, nonprofits, you know, any sort of organization can benefit from our services. And what I want you to think about is, what would $10, $50, or $100,000 in annual savings mean to your organization? You know, it could be a project that's not funded yet. It could be, you know, some personnel that you want to add to the organization to grow your business. And ultimately, that's what we do. That's what we help our organizations and our clients do, is grow their business with less cost. Next slide, please. Our process is very lightweight. Step one is where I gather the information. It's really about a 30 to 60 minute investment of time on your end. Step two is where we do all the heavy lifting, assessment and negotiation for offers for our clients. That's about 4 to 6 weeks. And step three is where you review the results and decide the way forward. another 30 to 60 minute meeting. It's really a no-brainer. If we go to the last slide here, my ask of you is please contact me for more information and also for a special offer that I have for Middleton Chamber members. I want to thank you and that you have a great day.
Thank you, Alan. I don't know anybody who doesn't want to save money somewhere in their lives, right?
Nope, it's pretty popular.
All right, next up, we have one of our annual sponsors, Premier Retirement Partners, with Paul Stang. Paul has worked with qualified plans for over 30 years. He started Premier Retirement Partners in 2018 after managing Alliance Benefit Group in Wisconsin for 11 years and Benefit Administration of Madison for 3 years. Premier Retirement Partners administers plans of all sizes, including everything from sole proprietors to up to companies with thousands of employees and assets exceeding 100 million. Paul, over to you.
Hey, thank you so much. So there goes the first slide. So here's the picture of my front yard this morning before I came over, just for those of you that want to see it. Actually, this is the picture of my house behind there just at the end of February. Just a little reminder to all of you that we've come a long way. So Paul Stang, Premier Retirement Partners, we are a non-producing third-party administration firm. Means we do the paperwork part of retirement plans, not the investments. So who does the investments? Well, look on your screen. Look left, look right. One of those should be an advisor. If they're not, then it must be you. That's who you can work with. All right, turn this page, please. Here's my grandpa, Andy Stang. Salt of the earth, worked at Minneapolis Moline for 35 years. There's my grandmother, Tilly. Matilda, she worked as the lunch lady at the Catholic Church. Now, there was no benefits, of course, to the Catholic Church. I'm not even sure she got paid. But it didn't matter because Grandpa worked at Minneapolis Moline and he had a pension plan. Next slide, please. So there's a picture of Minneapolis Moline about 1925. Next slide, please. And here's what they make, Minneapolis Moline tractors. So those of you that have agricultural background, or you attend a threshery or any antique show, you might see Minneapolis Moline tractors around. They were top of the line, but they were expensive. And like a lot of products in the 60s, like cars, Toyotas came in, Volkswagens came in and undercut them on price. So they were struggling. So next slide, please. So White Motor, which was another producer of tractors, came in and bought Minneapolis Moline. Now, those of you that are CPAs, or those of you that aren't CPAs, here's a little tip for you. You take a wheat company like White Motor, you put it together with a wheat company like Minneapolis Moline, and what do you get? You get one big, very weak company, and that's what happened. Now, Grandpa had worked there 34 years when the merger happened, and for 34 years, he watched people retire, get a gold watch, and get their pension plan. Grandpa retired year 35, and White Motor said, well, there was no money put aside for Minneapolis Moline for your pension, and White Motor says, we're not responsible for it. So they said, Grandpa, you're out of luck, no pension. Now, in 1974, and again, if you work for 35 years for a company and you know there's no retirement plan because you need to make plans. But if you work for a company for 35 years and you think there's a retirement plan, a pension, and everybody who retired before you got the pension, that's a different situation. In 1974, ERISA passed, and that's fine. And now they have to fund these plans. So your 401k or your pension defined benefit is funded. All right, next slide, thank you. So here's my mom and dad. Now my dad worked for AT&T. There isn't even an AT&T anymore. The name was out there, but the company isn't anymore. And he had a defined benefit plan too. But unlike Grandpa, that plan was fully funded. Now he died in 1997, almost 25 years ago. And there's my mom. She worked at the school district as a part-time assistant at the school. So there was no retirement plan. Next page, please. And so here's my mom. Her birthday is on St. Patrick's Day, 93 years old. I make her stand outside now. She's cold, but hi, Mom, 93. And, you know, she has worries in the world, right? You know, about her health and things like that when you're 93. But one worry she does not have is her finances, because she gets Social Security and she gets Albie's pension plan. Again, my dad's been dead 25 years, but she gets a monthly check-in, and I hope she lives to be 103 or 123. She can never outlive that pension plan. And that's the power of a defined benefit plan. Next slide, please. So how do I retire? Well, we always talk about the three-legged stool. Social Security, your retirement plan could be an IRA, and also your personal savings. Now you can go online to Social Security and you can find out what your estimated benefit is at 62, 65, or 66 and 70. And you'll know that there's a monthly benefit. You've got your retirement plans and you have your personal savings, but you say, well, wait a minute, how do I convert that to a monthly check? Well, a lot of financial advisors like to use the 4% rule. So if you have $100,000, that would be a $4,000 annual divided by 12 is $333 a month. We say, well, that's not enough. My Social Security is $2,000 a month. How am I going to live on that in personal savings? Well, that's why you need to save. So next slide, please. Here's a graph, two savers. Somebody starts at 25, Emily and Dave starts at 35. Same amount of money, same rate of return, everything else. But at age 65, you can see that Dave has 200,000 and Emily has 400,000, double the amount of money. Next slide, and we'll talk about this more. So when you first start saving the first 15 years, most of your money is your own money that you put in. The last 15 years, only 30% of what you have is your money. 70% is interest on interest on interest on interest, and that's compound interest. Next slide, please. And so here's a graph. Why does that matter? Well, because you don't want to outlive your income. And so if you have more money, if you're the green slide, your money will last till 95 basically for life, right? If you have the gray one, you might run out at 83 or something, which would not be a good time to run out of money, right? When you probably need it the most. All right, next slide. All right, so there's free or low cost retirement plans, SEPs, simple, solo Ks. You can get all those plans. You don't need us to do that. Next slide. The limits. So the IRA limit is 6,000, but the 401k limit is 58,000. So you can save more money. If you're Dave and you haven't started soon enough, you can put in a 401k plan, even a solo 401k, and you can save more money and make up for the lost time. Now, the next slide is something you have never seen. I've been a chamber member 10 years, Middleton Chamber. You've never seen this slide before, but you're going to be able to see it today. Next slide. Here's our pricing. When's the last time somebody actually gave you pricing? For a solo K, $150 to start it up, and annual charge is $400. Now, you can get free ones, but you're on your own, and nobody's going to tell you if something goes wrong. I encourage you to get a solo K, but if you want help, talk to us. That's it. I think that's all the slides. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul. One thing that I really appreciated was hearing the actual tape calculator going when you did that calculation. That was amazing. All right, thank you for both your presentation and your sponsorship. Next up, we have the folks at SCORE Madison. Our local SCORE chapter is made up of more than 50 mentors and volunteers from a wide variety of businesses, industries, and nonprofits. Many of our mentors have started their own business or own their own business, and today we are joined by two of their mentors, Greg and Michael.
Yes, good morning, and thank you. And what a great gathering this morning already. I can see that we should connect weekly with this group. I see some SCORE clients, people that we've worked with or who have attended seminars that we've offered, and it's great to see you as a part of this group. So as Kate said, SCORE Madison is a group of volunteers, and I think that probably the most unique service that we offer is individual mentoring, and that's free mentoring that is available to all of you in business as well as nonprofit organizations. As a matter of fact, right now, our fastest growing area of requests for service is from nonprofit organizations. And we have mentors who are experienced and can help. So we want to tell you a little bit about SCORE. Some of you are familiar already, and perhaps some of you are not. And then also tell you the particular services that are available to you. So a year ago in March, when we were rolling along, as many people were, doing a lot of in-person mentoring and in-person seminars and workshops, and all of a sudden everything shut down. And within 30 days, we pivoted to making everything virtual. And we expected that we would have a significant drop off in our services because it was going virtual. In effect, actually, the exact opposite happened. The demand for services increased significantly, both for mentoring, mostly via Zoom, and also for workshops online. And because of this increase, we had additional volunteers needed. And by the end of the year, SCORE Madison ended up being designated as Wisconsin Chapter of the Year for the services that we were able to provide during the pandemic. And 2021's a different time, but 2020 was a good year. So I want to introduce one of our newer members. That's Greg Sheevy, who hit the ground running with SCORE just a few years ago and has already had a great impact on what we try to do and how we deliver services. So, Greg, you're on.
Thanks, Mike. That intro was just as I wrote it. I sent it to you yesterday. Thank you. I don't know if you mentioned that our services are free, but I just wanted to say that free. I came to SCORE almost 2 years ago, and I had about 20 years ago, I'd started my own video production business and called Tweety Productions. I don't know, some of you may have heard of it. Ran that for 20 years, and I retired about 3 years ago, and I kind of, well, let me put it this way. I was approached by a SCORE member immediately after I retired about joining SCORE, and I said, and his name is Ken Wondrow, one of our great members, and I said, well, let me think about it, Ken. You know, so I let some time go on, and he said, we really need someone with your background who started a business from scratch and knows all the good and bad about running your own business. And so I thought about it, and about a year later, I said, you know, I want to get involved, and I want to give back to a business community that was good to me. And, you know, I had people that had helped me along the way, and I wanted to help other people too, and teach them all the things not to do when you're running your own business. Because I'm a hopeless do-it-yourselfer, and I tried to do everything myself, of course. And I'm not a good person to reach out for help. So we're always looking for good qualified volunteers to join us. So please think about that. And our services are free. So that's all I got, Mike.
All right, and just to finish up, realize that any of the Middleton members are eligible also to serve and utilize free mentoring or attend free webinars that we offer. And so I encourage you to look at both our Madison website and our national website. It's just madison.score at score.org, and the national website is score.org. And I just have to explain, we don't have slides today because my computer crashed 3 days ago. And so I've been borrowing my wife's computer, which I'm doing right now. And I'm not ever going to go through that again. From now on, we're going to have a backup computer in our house. I never realized what dependence we have on our computers these days. So I encourage you to have a backup plan as well, because rather than learning the hard way as I have. So thank you. Wonderful to be with you.
Thank you so much, Mike and Greg. I just have one question. So how much are your services?
Greg, you didn't get that. You didn't get your point across.
Free. They're free.
They're free. They are free. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, next up we have, yeah.
This is Aaron Bach, and I just want to put out there that when I started my very first business in 2001, if it wasn't for the advice and direction I got from the SCORE office in Oakland, California, just to get the organization as a whole, a big thumbs up, I wouldn't be where I am today. SCORE really, really made a difference. Working with these retired executives is priceless.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that, Aaron. Okay, so next up we have Steve Tyson with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. Steve is a communications manager for the Wisconsin Department of Transportation and oversees all internal and external communications for highway projects across South Central Wisconsin, including public correspondence, legislative and media relations, as well as manages the website and social media platforms. So take it away, Steve.
Thank you very much, Kate. Again, my name is Steve Tyson. I'm a communications manager with Wisconsin DOT. Today we'll be talking about the Madison Beltline. Quick show of hands, how many people have traveled on the Beltline? Alrighty, so there's lots of traffic. Certainly during the pandemic, those traffic volumes decreased slightly. However, we are looking at an interim improvement on the Beltline. Some of that construction is underway if you've traveled it recently. Next slide, please, Kristen. What we're doing to the Beltline is adding a part-time lane in the median shoulder there shown in the picture that will be used during peak travel times, typically between 6 and 9 a.m. in the morning and then 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the afternoon during the rush hour times. It's dynamic part-time shoulder use. It's in place in 17 other states across the nation. It's the first time in Wisconsin that we're implementing this, and we're branding it as the Flex Lane. And again, it's on the Madison Beltline between I-3990 and Whitney Way. We just started our construction here in March, and it'll continue until December of this year with some various lane and ramp closures. And then we'll have that Flex Lane open in late 2021 or early next year. Next slide, please.
The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is moving forward with a project to reduce travel times, improve reliability, and enhance safety along the Madison Beltline, the city's busiest highway. The project will make the following improvements on US 12, locally known as the Beltline, between Whitney Way and I-39-I-90. Resurface the Beltline to address deteriorating pavement. Improve existing drainage deficiencies. Replace the existing median barrier wall, and upgrade the Beltline median shoulders for part-time use as travel lanes. Upgrading the shoulders for through travel is a practice known as part-time shoulder use, currently in place in 17 states. Part-time shoulder use is branded in Wisconsin as the Flex Lane. This concept is recognized as a safe, sustainable, and reliable way to alleviate congestion. Built within the existing footprint of the Madison Beltline, no expansion is necessary, resulting in less environmental impact. The shoulder travel lanes will typically open during peak periods and special events. Dynamic signage will be installed to help traffic move safely and efficiently between Whitney Way and the interstate. Here's how it works. The existing inside shoulder, including the barrier wall, will be rebuilt to accommodate the travel lanes. Dynamic overhead messaging will be installed to indicate when the Flex Lane is open. The display shows a green downward arrow when the shoulder lane is open. A red X is displayed on the signs when the shoulder lane is closed. Where the Flex Lane system ends with a lane drop, merge signs will direct users to re-enter the general purpose lanes. If there is an incident along the Flex Lane route that requires deactivation of the system, a series of signs prior to the incident will display yellow and red X's indicating Flex Lane users must re-enter the general purpose lanes. Construction of the Flex Lane and these improvements begin in March 2021, with completion in December 2021. Daytime and nighttime lane closures are anticipated on the Beltline, so please be alert, slow down, and plan extra time to reach your destination. The Flex Lane is expected to open in late 2021 or early 2022. Stay informed on this innovative project and visit wisconsindot.gov/FlexLane.
Alrighty, so that video is available on YouTube. If you wish to share it with your family, friends, coworkers, just simply search for FlexLane Operations in Madison. You'll be able to find that YouTube video. It's about 3.5 minutes long. Provides a good overview of what that FlexLane is going to do. The Middleton Chamber, as well as several other businesses and community groups, have endorsed this dynamic part-time shoulder use. So certainly thank you to Kate and Lisa on that coordination late last year to have that endorsement. The part-time shoulder use, the closest examples that we can provide is as you head toward Chicago and you're heading south on the interstate, there's those overhead signs with the red and the green arrows and X's indicating that lane. And then the picture that was in that YouTube video is from the Twin Cities on I-35. So certainly some nearby examples. There's also some in the Michigan DOT as well that they have in their state, but certainly something to look at and prepare for as we look at this. It's an interim measure as we look for long-term, more sustainable solutions going forward. So again, the website there is shown on the screen, wisconsindot.gov/FlexLane. We're sending out weekly construction notifications about the project. And we also have the region Twitter page there on the bottom that includes more of the behind the scenes and the information, not only about the FlexLane project, but of course, other highway projects throughout Southwest Wisconsin.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you very much, Steve. And it does look like Tara with Tingles sent out the link in chat to that video. So check that out if you're interested.
Great video, Steve. That's a great video. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. So now it's the moment we've all been waiting for, FaceTime. So those of you who are new, this is our small group networking that we do to help people get to know each other a little bit better one-on-one and in small groups. So this is how we do this. Each person introduces themselves, their name and their company, just short and sweet, and then answer the question of the day and allow time for all participants to participate. So the question of the day is, what is your favorite April Fool's joke you've played or had played on you? So in just a second, Kristen will get you out into your breakout rooms. Make sure you come back afterwards for some announcements.
Welcome back, everyone. Our breakout rooms are going to close here in 20 seconds. We'll just wait for everyone to get back and we will close out for the day. All right. Boom, boom. Okay, Kate, I think we are ready.
Let's try this again. Welcome back, everybody. I want to, again, welcome all of our new members. I want to thank our sponsors and speakers today. I think we all gained some really great knowledge with Schooley Mitchell and Premier Retirement Partners, SCORE of Madison. Again, thank you to our annual sponsors, MG&E, Margo Technologies, Premier Retirement Partners, and Hilton Garden Inn. Again, if you do not want your email address included in the contact information that we're going to be sending around, please let Kristen know. And we also ask that you utilize these contacts for one-on-one connections, not to start blasting them, you know, in mass marketing efforts, so that we can continue to share that information. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Lisa and I are working on a, we're in business video for some of the hardest hit industries. So look for that to come out in mid-April. And as always, if you have any questions, feedback, contact any one of us at the Chamber. We'd love to hear from you. Hi, Diana Decker. Good to see you.